Hello, hello, and welcome. Welcome to you all. Thank you so much for jumping in here tonight. I really want to honor your time and mine and Bronson's, and a huge welcome to my co-host tonight, Bronson Interlandi. Very excited to be presenting to you the second week of my webinar series, Unlock Your Potential, Health and Wealth on Tap. And tonight we're going to really peel back the curtain and we're going to dive deep into, and excuse all the puns, but actually they're really intended. You know that saying, pun not intended? Well, these are intended. So it's a deep dive tonight. And actually, it's a high level overview as to who we are, what we're about, who we partner with, the products, the compensation plan, what we get paid, and the long-term vision. So I really just want to celebrate you for being here, for taking the time out. We want about a half an hour of your time. Whether you're catching us now, please say hi in the chat and let us know where you're joining from. And if you're watching the replay, we really appreciate your time as well. So a massive thank you to Bronson, mate. Thank you so much for joining me tonight on this. It's so refreshing to have a male to co-host with. And I don't say this lightly because I've been doing this business for 3 years now, and majority of the people that I partner with are women. So it's really refreshing to have a male's perspective on this one tonight. So thank you so much, my friend.
No, anytime, and thank you for having me. This is an absolute honor to be on with you, to be presenting and sharing all this value that we have. Like you said, our collective is majority female, but there is some guys coming in to shake it up, and there's definitely a movement of men coming in, whether it be supporting their partners in the business or starting the business on their own, and then their partners are supporting them. So it's a really good mix now, and yeah, I'm excited for the future and to see where our collective TWEC, the Wildly Empowered Collective, goes with the
Yeah.
mix of male and female.
Yeah, fantastic. Awesome. All right. Well, I'm going to get sharing my screen and let's get started because everyone's time is precious. So, okay, let me make sure I'm on the right page and let's get going here. All righty. We can see that now, yeah?
Yep.
Awesome. Great. So let's unlock your potential, friends, and let's get talking about health and wealth on tap. So who are we and why should you stop and listen to us? So you might have seen me or Bronson on your Instagram or your Facebook feed, or maybe you've come in through one of our paid advertising that we've got out there. But together, Bronson and I have a really diverse background, and that covers off corporate careers. Both of us come from a farming background and a farming life, and we've both dabbled into traditional business, and that's another whole kettle of fish, right? And we're going to tap into that as well tonight. So Bronson's also from the trade background, and I also have 15 years experience in the low ticket direct selling network marketing space, and between us we have 4 years in this business. So I'm going to share a little bit firstly about my story. So I'm Sally Ann Campbell, and I am a farmer's wife, and I live in country Victoria. My husband, who is this gorgeous man with the big beard, we live on a beautiful farm in central Victoria with our beautiful children. Now, I have not always been a farmer's wife, and I have a very full life. I'm 50 years young. I know you probably can't believe it. It must be the Kangen water. But I have had a very full life before now. So I'm going to share a little bit about that with you. So we moved to the farm with Chris around about 7 years ago, and we farm here with Chris. We've got chickens and we've got cattle and we've got sheep and pasture and everything. But that's just a little snippet of my life so far. So life before now, I was actually spent a lot of time in the corporate world, and I was a flight attendant with Qantas. So I flew with the big red kangaroo all around the world. I had the most magnificent life in my 30s. I traveled the world all over. And I also spent some time as a massage therapist working on cruise ships. So I'm very proud to say that I've worked on air, land, and sea, and a really, really full life. And I knew that that was the best thing I could do back then, because I knew first and foremost, I wanted to be a mum. And once I became a mum, those careers took, that finished that time for me, because first and foremost is what I wanted to do was be around for my kids. So then I moved into traditional business, and pretty much straight off the aircraft into a takeaway food business, a fish and chip shop. And my first husband at the time, when he suggested this, I thought he must be crazy, right? But I thought, you know what? Let's give it a go. And I'm the sort of person, if I see an opportunity, I grab it and I go for it and I give it 110%. And so we did that, and we spent about 4 years in the business. And it, unfortunately, at the end of the day, it absolutely destroyed us. It destroyed us personally. Our marriage suffered. Personally, my health suffered, and we ended up bankrupt. So, a really big turning point in my life. And I thought, you know what? I need to do something differently. And I've always been a bit of a black sheep. I don't know. Can you relate to this? If you're a bit of the black sheep, just put a B in the comments, because the black sheep are the people who get me and I get you. So I've always done things a little differently to everyone in our family, and I still do. And that's okay, because now I know that that's okay. That's who I am. I'm a black sheep. So when I was bankrupt, I thought, okay, what can I do? And I went to a Tupperware party. Now, we've all seen the Plastic Fantastic, right? And I saw the girl do the demonstration, and I was like, I could do that. Actually, I could do a much better job than she did. I could do that. So I signed up, I got my kit, and because I was bankrupt, I couldn't get the kit given to me. I had to do my parties to pay off my kit, but I did exactly that. And within the first 8 weeks in the business, I ranked up to a top manager level. I earned a trip to Fiji, and I got my car, which was really important to me at the time because my first husband left. And all of a sudden, I was thrown into single mum life. Totally unexpected, didn't see it coming. But I was really glad that I had set myself up to have something that was able to earn an income around my kids. And they've always been my reason why, and they still are to this day. So 15 years on, I've moved through a few different companies. The main reason has that, every company that I've been with, if I didn't maintain the sales and keep the volume coming through my business, I lost the ranking. I actually lost the car, and things would go like this, and then they would drop off, and I'd be back to square one. And I thought, no. So I went back to what I knew most, which was travel. So I became a travel consultant, and then the world shut down. Thank you to the world shutting down. I was in an industry which was hugely impacted by the world shutting down. All the borders closing. We can't sell travel to people who cannot travel outside their freaking state, right? So I stepped away from that. And what did I fall back to? My direct selling ways, because I knew it, right? I knew it was really comfortable. But something really changed during that time. And you know what it was? It was the internet. It was the digital way of life. And I thought I need to tap into something now that can work online, because I saw that this is where it was heading. And so I'd been watching a friend online for a while, and I thought, what is this thing she's doing? And I just saw her living her life and just having this freedom and abundant income. And I was like, what the hell? So I messaged her and I was like, what are you doing? Like, whatever it is, I want it. And that's when I first found the business opportunity we're going to share with you tonight. So I tapped into high ticket affiliate marketing, and it's completely changed the game because, as you've heard, I've got a bit of experience there in the background, and my world has completely changed. I did not expect the personal journey that I would go on. I certainly came for the money, I'll be honest. And then I saw the products, but the journey that it's taken me, my husband, and my children on is phenomenal. And I'm excited to share that with you tonight. But I'm going to hand over now to Bronson, because I could talk all night. But I would love Bronson to please share your story with us, mate.
Wow, Sally Ann, that was an amazing story, amazing journey you've been on. Thanks for sharing that. And I can definitely relate to being the black sheep. Yes, that is me 100%. Similar to my wife, Alice. We definitely like to think outside the box and take little risks here and there, sometimes big risks. But at the end of the day, we are definitely not the type of people to just stay in our comfort zone. We're always trying to stretch ourselves and work on our personal growth and just, I suppose, get ahead of the game. So with my story, I mean, I grew up on a dairy farm, family farm that had been, with us since the early 1900s. My great grandfather, then my grandfather, then my dad, and myself and my brother were the next in line to take over our farm. But mum and dad encouraged us to get our trades in plumbing and heating and cooling. And my brother's a fridge mechanic now. And it was because they didn't want us to live that really tough, hard life on the farm where it was 7 days a week. Every single day there was challenges. Every single day it was hard work. And we didn't get to do all the family things that most other families got to do. Spending good quality time together away from the work. But we spent a lot of time together on the farm, but it was always work. We were always working together on the farm. So look, it was an amazing upbringing on the farm, lots of free space, lots of physical activity. So, I really appreciate mum and dad providing that for us, but it definitely wasn't something that I was going to take on. So went into getting my plumbing apprenticeship straight out of high school. Enjoyed it because I think I was working with my hands. It was physical. I had a really good boss, and the work was, always different every day. One day we were working on water pumps. The next day we were working on a roof. Next day we were working on gas. The next day we were working in kitchens. Like, it was always different. But then, once I got to a point where I wanted to travel the world, myself and a few mates, we did some travel overseas, went to Europe, we did the Euro trip, everything like that, Southeast Asia, had a great time, great experience. And I got a taste of travel. I got a taste of what else is out there other than the small country town that I grew up in. And I got the travel bug. I came home, the small country town was too small. I had to move to Melbourne straight away. I kept my plumbing going. I worked on the union sites, on the big sites. I worked my way up to like site manager and things like that. But the income was always capped, and the environment was very toxic on those big union sites. There was a lot of big egos there, and it was always like it was a dog eat dog world. You're always fighting for your position, and the guys above you aren't really trying to bring you up and support you because they want to keep you down where they want you. They don't want you to threaten your role, threaten their role. Sorry. So I had enough of that, and I just wanted to be my own boss. So I went into traditional business, and I had no idea about business. It was, I was mid-20s, and I had a great concept, which was providing healthy snacks in a vending machine because I was into my health and fitness. I was playing football. I was always in the gym. Now, I ran this with a couple of business partners, and look, it was great for a while. It was a great concept. Everyone loved it. I really loved it, but it just didn't work out financially. And through that, I learned a massive lesson. I went through bankruptcy, similar to you, Sally Ann, and that was a huge lesson. It was a huge, massive, stressful time. But I definitely learned my lesson from that. And then, through those challenges, of course, you have the hunger and the taste of being your own boss. So I found it hard going back to a normal job. So then I dabbled in a couple of other traditional businesses. One was in the hospitality industry. Another one was in like recovery, sports recovery, but they were all traditional with big overheads, a lot of stress, a lot of staff issues, a lot of running costs were the main thing. And, you had to be there to open the doors. You had to be there to manage the staff. You had to be there. If you weren't there, the business wasn't running. And I see that with so many other people that are running traditional businesses. If they're not there, the business falls over. And, through those challenges, I met Alice and we started our family. And Alice went from finance broking into clinical nutrition because that was her passion. And then I decided, I want to chase my passion. So I want to get into the fitness industry, health and fitness. I want to become a personal trainer, a fitness trainer. And at the same time, we were chasing our passions. We were studying, we were doing all the things, we were still working full time, we were parenting. But we knew that once we were qualified, once Alice was a qualified clinical nutritionist and I was a qualified personal trainer, we were still capped with our income. We were still working per hour, getting paid per hour. And if we weren't there, there was no money coming in. If I wasn't in the gym training clients, the money's not coming in. If Alice wasn't in the clinic seeing clients and helping clients, the money's not coming in. So we then came across this business opportunity online, and being sort of open-minded to this stuff, we're like, you know what? This ticks all the boxes for us. It's flexible. We don't have to be there. We can do it around our kids. The income is uncapped, depending on how much energy and time we put into it. The overheads are so little, I couldn't believe it because of what I was used to, especially going through bankruptcy because of the overheads. This is like a one-off payment, and then you literally set up, you start your business and you get your ROI back within 5 sales. I don't know any other traditional business that can give you your ROI back in 5 sales. I haven't seen it yet. So anyway, we are here. We are loving it. I'm off the tools. I'm not in the gym because I knew I was going to be stuck there. Alice is not in clinic because she knew she was going to be stuck there. And we've put everything into this because we know this is our ticket to the lifestyle that we really desire. So yeah, thank you. Thank you for listening.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And yeah, our stories are very quite similar. So we're here tonight. What we're going to cover off for you is the who, the what, and the how, right? So we're going to go into the company and the products that we leverage. We're going to share with you what we get paid. There is no gatekeeping here. We're here to share it all because that's what you come here for, right? You're not here by mistake. I don't believe that there's a coincidence. You are here for a reason. Something that I have said or Bronson has said and shared has landed for you, and you're here, and hopefully you're here with an open heart and an open mind. Please be distraction free, put your phone aside and just give us the next 30 minutes of your time. We're also going to go into the how, because it's all good to say who and what it is, but sometimes you're left floundering. So we've got the how. We've got you. All right. We've got you covered. So Bronson's going to head on into why we have chosen to leverage and partner with Enagic. Let's go, mate.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for that. And I mean, the reason that we've partnered with Enagic is because they have the reputation. They're a 50-year young. We're going to stick with that. The 50-year young company based in Japan, and they've got the solid foundation. They've got, they're estimating of going for 500 years. Their business plan is for 500 years. And I have not seen another business that is talking about 500 years or, 5 generations, because they're always thinking of, can I survive the next few years? Can we survive the next 10, 20 years? Maybe I could leave this to my kids, maybe. But these guys have set it up for longevity, and they're offering the business it's already built for us. So we can just literally leverage of everything they've built over the last 50 years. And we have the confidence that everything is high standard. Everything is, with the products, the compensation plan, the support, everything is there set up globally. So we don't have to worry about it falling over. They're a debt-free company as well. So we're not worried about them going through bankruptcy either. Their values are so aligned with ours. I can speak personally and for my wife, Alice, is that, their mission and our mission is to provide optimal health, like true health and wealth for everyone worldwide. If we can help more people improve their health and their wealth simultaneously, it's a no-brainer. So, it's a feel-good business at the same time, because you're helping others. At the same time, you're helping your own family. So multiple areas of life: health, wealth, personal growth. Like, we've noticed that massively over this journey, is our personal growth has just gone through the roof with the support of our collective. Enagic has such a robust business model that they've patented the compensation plan, and the products are unique as well, because they're recognized globally as being the certified medical device in Japan. So we know that it takes a long time to get a product certified through the medical industry over there. Anywhere around the world, it takes a long time. They've spent the time, they've put in the effort, they've put in the money, they've put in the research to do that, so that now we can leverage off that. And obviously, being a global company, we get global distribution rights in over 85 countries, and offices all around the world. So you could have friends or family or business partners in other countries, or you could move yourself and travel and still do this business from anywhere in the world. We talk about where things are manufactured. These days, everything you pick up or buy, it's made in made in China. It's made in China. Whereas these guys, they're manufacturing everything in-house. From every part of their products is all made by hand by them. They're not importing or exporting parts and pieces here and there. It's all made in one place. So it's original equipment manufacturer. And that way we know that everything is going to be made to standard. And when the warranty comes through, we can guarantee that the warranty is going to be upheld. When it comes to monthly targets. Like I remember doing low ticket affiliate marketing back in the day, and I was, sharing supplements and things like that, and health products, and I was getting uh, very small commissions, and I also had to reach a certain amount of sales per month to literally stay in that business. Similar to you, Sally Ann, with Tupperware, you had to meet these targets to keep the company car. Now, when you didn't meet those targets, they took the car off you. So, there's no monthly KPIs unless they're your own. You set your own KPIs, you set your own targets. You're not governed by anyone to say you have to do this, otherwise you're out. So that's a really, I suppose, empowering thing to know, and reassuring that once you start, you can just go at your own pace and you build and build, and you're never going to be deranked or anything like that. So that's the next thing. Deranking, there's no deranking. You're never going to lose your position. You're never going to lose the income that you can make in that position, because obviously the income and the commissions change as you move up through the business. So, that's great to have confidence in that we're not going to be deranked. We're not reliant on our sponsor or our mentor or our leaders. The best thing about this, like, I could never, back in the traditional days, like of business and working for someone, I could never out earn my boss. I could never out earn the person I was working for. So in this situation, you can actually out earn your sponsor or your leader. Your success isn't dependent on others. It's up to you. So you can move at your own pace. You can go hard. You can go slow. You can do it in your own time, or you can treat it like a full-time business. And it's up to you how quickly you advance and how far you advance. So there's no restrictions. The commissions we earn, like, it's high ticket. So in one sale, when you're at a certain rank, it's literally like you're getting a monthly income, like a standard monthly income. Like I remember when I was plumbing, I was probably only bringing in $7,000-8,000 a month. Now we can pretty much do this by helping one other family, and that's crazy to think. Like, just helping one other family in 1 month, you can nearly make pretty much the same as that monthly income. So that's pretty cool. Now the business, I suppose, it's growing with you. So even if you take time off, and life happens, so you might get sick, you might have kids, you might, have an issue, a sick family member that you need to be there for, or, things may happen, and life does happen. So it's great to know that you can step away from this for a while, do what you need to do, and come back to it, and it's still there, it's still waiting for you, and you haven't lost anything. You can park it for a while and do what you need to do. So, even when you step away, the business will keep ticking over and pretty much keep growing, because if you've got a team around you that are doing their thing, your team is growing. So your business is growing. When it comes to social media, I was off social media for about 7 years. So when I jumped into this with Alice, we were like, didn't know what was going on. We didn't know what a reel was. I didn't know what a carousel was. I didn't know how to, put the music with the video and do all this stuff. Like, we've been taught this stuff in the last few months. We've learned so much from the trainings that are available in our hub through our collective, and everything's there from the start to finish. Everything's there to teach you these new skills and the strategies. Like, we get access to some of the best social media people in the world that teach us these strategies and teach us how to use attraction marketing. So we're not out there cold calling people. We're not approaching people saying, hey, check out this thing. Do you want to buy it? We're using attraction marketing all through social media, and we're attracting people to ask us the questions. Hey, what are you doing? What is this thing you're doing? It looks great. The health benefits you're talking about, like, I want some of that. So that's attraction marketing. We get taught that. Now, why electrolyze reduce water? I'm just going to take a bit of that.
Cheers.
Cheers. Why electrolyze reduce water? Now, I was a plumber for 15 years. I worked with water pretty much every day, but I was working with the wrong water. I was working with the chemical water that is provided to us through our taps, and unfortunately, that is the reality. The water that comes out of your taps is full of chemicals, it's full of nasties, it's full of asbestos. You know, there's old asbestos piping still in the ground. I know it, I've seen it, I've worked with it, and there is points where they can't remove it because it's under building, it's under major roads, so it's always going to be there. Now, parts of the piping that's in the ground, the old galvanized pipe, the rust, little pieces of that, like you can't even see it when it's coming out of your tap, but it is coming out. You're going to be drinking that, you're going to be cooking with it, you're going to be showering with it. So if you're not filtering your water, which our machine does filter the water, but it not only filters the water, it ionizes the water. So it restructures the water. And that's what we talk about electrolyzed reduced water. If you want to Google that, go to PubMed or go to Google Scholar. There's so many peer-reviewed studies on electrolyzed reduced water. Do your own research, check it out. But all of this research, you know, it's been backed by science. So of course, when we get to changing our water that's coming out of our taps, you want something that's going to do the job. You want something that's going to take out the nasties and then restructure the water so it's the best quality water we can drink. And that's where it produces molecular hydrogen-rich water. So molecular hydrogen-rich water will help, and there is studies on this. I'm not going to make any medical claims here or anything like that. It's not going to cure cancer or anything like that. But when you do your research, you'll find that molecular hydrogen, H2, helps with 8 of the top 10 diseases in modern society. So out of the top 10 diseases in our society these days, molecular hydrogen can help, can assist with 8 of those. So, you know, if that's not mind-blowing, I don't know what is. And you just have to do the research yourself on molecular hydrogen-rich water and electrolyzed reduced water. And that's what comes out of our machines. Now, it also splits the water molecule. So if you're looking at water in through a microscope, you'll see the water molecule. Now, what our machine does is it splits it in half. So we're getting microclustered molecules. So that means that the water molecules are entering our cells easier than your typical tap water or your filtered water or your bottled water or your reverse osmosis water, because we had one of those as well, but that was just dead water, so we got rid of that. So what it's doing is it's producing microclustered molecules, breaking the water molecules down. That allows us to hydrate on a cellular level, and it also protects our cells. So electrolyzed reduced water helps protect our DNA, our RNA, and the proteins and the cell membranes. So I know that sounds a bit sciencey, and I get this all the time because Alice is pretty much like a food scientist. So she's talking about this stuff all the time. And I've gradually picked up little bits and pieces of it. But coming from my plumbing background and then pairing all this up, it makes sense. It just makes sense. So, you know, there's so many peer-reviewed studies out there, peer-reviewed articles on this. You just have to check it out yourself, because I could talk about this all night long. Now, the versatility of the K8, our flagship product, which you can see in the image there, it has over 60 uses around the home. So we've literally replaced all of our cleaning products and chemicals. Obviously, we live a low tox lifestyle, but this machine has saved us so much money on buying low tox cleaning products. We don't buy any cleaning products anymore. Our machine does all that. So, you know, when it comes to creating a low tox environment for your home and for your kids and for your pets, if you want, you know, you can get rid of all of the chemicals, all the cleaning chemicals, and then you don't have to buy any low tox chemicals either. So you're saving a lot of money there. Now, why we stand by the quad strategy. Now, this is the ultimate, it's like the fast track strategy, or the business package, as I like to call it sometimes. If you want to get started and really get started well, we focus on the 3 best-selling products, which is the Anespa, the K8, and the Yukon. Now, we put this into a quad package because it allows us to pretty much triple our income. So we'll go into heaps more detail about this later on if you're interested. I won't go into it now because there's just so much to break down. But let's look at the Anespa, which is the shower and bath ionizer. So with this, it's plug and play. You don't need a plumber to install it. You can install it yourself. It literally sits beside your bath or in your shower. It connects with flexible hoses. And what happens is you get natural remineralization from the dual cartridge design in the Anespa. So you're not only removing the chlorine and the nasties, you're also transforming the shower and bath pretty much into like a spa-like experience, because you've got the remineralizer cartridge and you've got the filtration cartridge. So you're removing the nasties and you're putting the minerals back in. And personal experience the other day, I had a shower at the gym and I felt so sick afterwards from the smell of the chlorine. It was so bad. It was so obvious because I'm not used to it. I'm used to showering in our shower with the Anespa for the last 15 months. We've had our Anespa and I haven't smelt chlorine once. Now, when I went to the gym and I was in a rush, I had to have a quick shower there. It was so obvious that I felt so sick afterwards. And I knew that my body, my skin was absorbing those chemicals. Felt like crap the rest of the day. Now, with the K8, which we spoke about before, we spoke about the benefits of the K8, the electrolyzed reduced water, the molecular hydrogen. Now, we pair this up in the quad package. We recommend to get 2, and we got 2, one for your home and one for your holiday house, or one that you can loan out for trials. So it gives other people the chance to experience the benefits firsthand. So, you know, like our spare machine has been out pretty much every month since we've had it, because we've had people wanting to try it before they buy it. We've had people wanting to try it to see if it improves their health issues. And it's been a great experience to share that with so many people in the last 15 months. And, you know, the K8 is the certified medical device in Japan. It's built with high-end food grade components. It's easy to install. It's literally plug and play, so you don't need a plumber to install that either. Now, with the Ukon is essentially a turmeric supplement. Now, you can get it in capsules, tea, and soap. So wild turmeric, and what they do here is they grow it organically using the electrolyzed reduced water. So over in Japan, it's one of the blue zones. I think it's Okinawa, if I pronounced that right. Now, when they grow this turmeric, which is a natural root vegetable, they put it into powder, they put it into the teas or the soaps or the capsules, and you're having that on a daily basis. So obviously turmeric is a natural anti-inflammatory. We all know that. You don't have to do much research about that one, but it has amazing health benefits. And when it's consumed on a regular basis, you're going to feel the benefits. You're going to get the benefits. So I'm on this every day. My whole family's on this, my parents, my siblings, like I'm just giving it out everywhere because I know how good it is. And obviously Alice being a clinical nutritionist, she's all over it as well. So, you know, there's so many ways you can start your business, but we definitely recommend the K8 quad package because it's the best one to leverage to really give your business a boost at the start and for longevity too. We can go into that later.
Yeah,
over to you, Sally-Ann.
Thank you so much, Bronson. Thank you so much for sharing all of that, because I was really happy for you to really speak into the products, given your background. And I loved hearing your take on it because that's different to however I've spoken about it before. So I love that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries.
So let's delve a little bit deeper now into this quad strategy, because this really is the fast track and the realistic solution to how you can earn abundantly income, right? Abundant income online. We're not just talking small change here, right? This is not small change. Small change is your low ticket stuff. If you want small change, you want quick money, off you go. But if you want real, lasting, impacting income that is then going to set you up for a legacy of a lifetime income, then you need to stay listening. So this little chart here is going to show you 50,000, right? 50,000. The way that we've just talked about the quad strategy, which is the 4 products, and we said that is the fastest way you can get started and the really get-go, hit the ground running. Just 10 quad sales will see you make your first 50,000. 10 sales. Now, if you can sell to one person, I promise you can sell to 10. I know this because I've spent a lifetime in sales. And if you look at that, 50,000, just 10 sales, then you add another 7 onto that, and you're looking at $100,000 in commission. 17 sales in total. And we're still talking the quad package, which does happen to be our biggest investment, but it is our most popular because people see the potential of here, and this is why they say yes to the quad. An additional 6 sales on top of that, you're going to land with your first 150,000. Now, this is 150,000 in the bank, right? This is not group sales. This is $150,000 in commission after 23 sales, just 23 sales. Now, if I sold 23 plastic containers, I would not be making 150,000, right? If I sold 23 Thermomix machines, nowhere near 150,000, right? And I know plenty of businesses that you would need to make a lot more sales before you're making that kind of take-home profit, right? So I'd love to ask you, how long would it take you to earn 50,000, 100,000, or 150? Even let's just take it back to 50, right? How long would it take you to earn $50,000 the way that you're currently working? And it's probably not even possible because it would mean that you would have to work so many extra hours over time that you don't even have in your day. Or, it's extra clients that you have to take on, or it's working on the weekends, or it's taking on a second or a third job. Everybody can go out and take on a second or a third job and make more money, but this is the smarter way to do this, right? So let's break it down a little bit more. So I want to really show you that our quad package and the potential that you have and the benefits of really investing into the quad package, because this is our fast track, as we just said, and it's going to really maximize your commissions straight back to you from the get-go and then set yourself up for the long-term legacy wealth. So this is certainly not the get rich quick scheme. And I can speak from experience because I've been here for a couple of years and I'm not yet rich, but I tell you what, I'm on my freaking way. I tell you what. So the kickback straight away. So how it works is that the first product, the Inespa, the beautiful shower machine, you purchase that from your sponsor and then you actually sell yourself the other products, which is really, really smart because then you're getting the kickback straight away. You're making commission of $922 from your initial investment just by purchasing the rest of the quad, right? Your next sale is going to earn you $3,153. So is your second sale. Now, because of the way we've set you up in the business, you're going to rank advance. By your third sale, you've given yourself a pay rise and it's just over $1,000 pay rise. How good is that, right? How long would you have to work in your current job to get $1,000 pay rise? So your third sale is the $4,204. Guess what? Another pay rise kicks in because you're continuing to rank advance through the compensation plan. Your fourth and fifth sales see 5255 and 5255. So by the time you've hit that fifth sale, you've actually earned $21,942 in commission. Now, this is well and truly paid off your investment, all right? And you're now also in profit. Now, Bronson and I both come from a traditional business. And I was thinking about this today, Bronson, and I wanted to just say, imagine like if I was to say to Chris, do you know what? Let's buy that extra paddock over there. How much we would have to fork out to pay for the additional paddock that backs onto our farm. I want an extra 10 cows. We just sold 16 cows the other day and we know what cows sell for, right? But there's tens of thousands of dollars. And then there's extra machinery. Maybe I decide, let's start cutting hay on the farm. We need extra machinery. We're talking tens and tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. So when you look at the investment here, which is around about $8,500, the potential that this has to earn you hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars is huge.
Make
So
money.
this is where I want to really tap in now to the legacy income. So this is something that I'm sure Bronson will agree with me. Once I saw this, I was like, there's no going back. So legacy income, this is basically income that is going to, once you reach a certain level in the business, then there's a residual income that will be paid to you monthly for life. Now, I don't say that lightly. I've circled this here because don't be too worried about the numbers, right? So 6A is the first level that you reach in this bonuses section. So you're going to be paid a $3,000 bonus for reaching 6A. Then you move on to 6A2, which is 2 people in your organization that also go 6A. You're getting a bonus. Then you can get to the 6A2-2 extra bonuses. But this one that I've circled here, I want to touch on this because this is where legacy income kicks in. Initially, there's a $25,000 bonus. So let's just, now these are US dollars, by the way. Let's just stop for a minute and think about 25,000 US dollars, which is probably like, 33,000 Aussie dollars. If that just dropped into your account, what would that mean for you and your family? Like, would it mean a chunk of the mortgage paid off? Would it mean that holiday, overseas holiday that you want to take? Like, I'm looking at a holiday next year overseas with my children and my family. It's a $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 holiday. If I know that I have a bonus coming in that could pay for that, that is such a reassuring thing. Now, also, this is where the income monthly for life kicks in. And when I first saw this, I thought, surely not. I thought, come on, an income monthly for life, like how can they afford to do this? But Enagic, as Bronson shared before, have their 500-year business plan and they've been around for 50 years. So they've been putting a portion of the profits aside. They're debt-free, right? A debt-free company. They've got portions of the profits put aside. And we personally know people that are our mentors that are receiving this income month after month after month. They have been for several years. So we know it's a real deal, right? So that is the first level. As you can see, it just continues to the next bonus, $10,000 a month for life, up to 15, 20, 40, right? It just keeps going, all right? It just keeps going. And we actually know people, our personal mentors are up around this level. And the great thing is this is willable to your loved ones, a family member or someone of your choice after you've gone from Earthside. So God bless and rest your soul. You know that you've set not only your loved ones, but the future generations. They've been set up. A 500-year business plan. This company's not going anywhere in a hurry. There has been so much, unrest and turmoil, especially in the direct selling and this space in this type of industry that has left people feeling a bit at the moment. So I want you to rest assured knowing that a company like Enagic, they have been around, they're rock solid, and they're not going anywhere. And I just think this here, I don't know, Bronson, do you want to say anything about what you saw, what you thought when you saw this?
Look, I had to look at it many times. I had to watch the quad strategy video many times, myself and Alice, because the first thing we said was, that sounds too good to be true. I've never seen anything like that before, because realistically, we'd always been in traditional business. We'd always been in traditional jobs. We hadn't really had a taste of this space, affiliate marketing or leveraging off such an established company, a 50-year-old company. Like, I've never been involved with any companies or businesses or jobs that had been around for that long. So, of course, when you're working for someone else, they're never ever going to say, oh, Bronson, if you put in 5, 10 years with us, 15 years with us, hard work, you're loyal, we'll look after you for the rest of your life. And then when you pass away, we'll even look after your loved ones. Like, you're never, ever going to get that from a traditional business or a traditional company, no matter how big they are. You could work for Amazon and be like high up in Amazon, and they're still not going to say to you, we'll look after you when you die. We'll look after your family when you pass away. You just don't get it. So when I saw this, I was blown away. But when I did the research, it actually makes sense, because Enagic doesn't spend any money on traditional marketing. So all these big companies like Amazon or like Coca-Cola or like all these massive companies out there, they spend millions, if not maybe hundreds of millions of dollars every year on marketing. Now, Enagic don't spend any on marketing. We are the people that market their products. We are the people that get the word out there. We are their distributors. So, of course, they're putting that marketing budget back in our pockets, back in the community, back into the families. So when I understood that, it made sense.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's incredible. It's like nothing I've ever seen. And I've been around the traps for a long time. So amazing. So the last point we wanted to touch on is our incredible community here at the Wildly Empowered Collective. And we really are quite unique because you will see, you know, this product, anyone can sell this product, but nobody is you. And that's what makes it so unique, because you get to stand behind your personal brand. And this is a really key part, because people sometimes think, oh, I could never do what you do, Sally Ann. Like, you've done this forever and, you know, you're great at this. You're great. You could sell ice to the Eskimos. And I probably could, right? But I think the great thing is we teach you about personal branding, and you actually get to show up and be you. And there's a lot of black sheep here, and there's some white sheep, and there's some sheep that lose their wool, there's some sheep that don't lose their wool, like, right, there's all kinds of people in our community. And I have to use that farming reference because I'm a farmer's wife, but I just want to touch on that, and that everything that sometimes you're sold the dream. And I know this because I've sold the dream to people in my past lives and said, you got this, you know, here's your kit, off you go. And I've pushed them out there, and then off they've gone. And they're kind of left floundering, going, well, okay, so great, I've got these products, but I don't kind of know what to do and how to do this and how to say it and whatever. We've got your back here, because we've got the education, we've got the strategies, and we've got that supportive community that are behind you. And it's not a normal thing. And I'll speak from the women's perspective, and then Bronson can share his bit. But it's not a normal thing that women lift up other women. It's, unfortunately, you see it a lot where people just want to shoot each other down. But here in our community, that's what it is. And a rising tide rises all ships. And so we get to learn from the top leaders here in our community who have gone before us, and they're just a few steps. Sometimes they're quite a few steps. So we get to learn from them and all of their learnings. They've got the results that we want. And so they've basically laid out the roadmap, and we just pick up the map. We go, righto, off we go. And you head off on the roadmap. The strategies that we teach, they work, right? And they work. We know they work. We're proof of it, sitting right here now. And you will be proof of it. And we've had over 300 people investing into Enagic in the past 5 months alone within, and that's probably even higher. I put this slide in a few months ago, so it's probably even higher now. But what I really love is that it's a like-minded community. You feel like when you come here, I felt like I came home. I honestly felt like I've come home to people who get me. We're driven. We are self-led. We are people that are chasing dreams. We're the people that are prepared to put in the work. You know, it's not easy, but it's simple, if I can say that. Would you agree, Bronson?
Yeah, definitely. Yep. And on that, you choose your hard. Like I talk about this with so many people. It's like, yeah, you can work hard all your life and maybe end up with a bit of financial security, maybe. Or you can choose something different and work hard at it and end up completely different, end up retiring early. Like this strategy, this company, this compensation plan allows you the opportunity to retire early, to retire in your, we've just had an 18-year-old advance to 6A, and that's making 150K in 7 months. He's 18 years old. He's literally just come out of school. So when someone like that can do this with the same products, the same compensation plan that we have here, then that shows you that it can be done. You can set yourself up early. And with this community, our collective, like if you're seeing this photo here, I'm the only guy in this photo. Majority of this collective is women, but I went to this retreat where this photo was taken, and I was so accepted. I didn't feel out of place at all. I'm actually at the back there holding our newborn because we're able to bring our child to a business event, a business retreat, a personal growth and business growth retreat. And there was another mother there who had her young one there as well. So this community is so inclusive of family and male or female. Like, it doesn't matter who you are or where you've come from. You are supported and you are accepted, and you grow together. Like you said, Sally Ann, everyone around you is encouraging you to do better, to improve. Everyone's lifting everyone up because we've all got the same goals. We're all like-minded people. So yeah, it's a great feeling. I've never been a part of anything like this before.
Yeah, no, I love it. So I want to touch on the hub. So this is our education support system. So this is an incredible place that you will be able to tap into. We've got all of the videos there to teach you from where to go. Like Bronson said, he didn't know a few months ago anything about Reels and all the things. So there is courses in there, and they're like small courses. You bite them off, you chew them, swallow, and then put it into action, right? So you just take these courses as you can, fit it in around your life, and you go as fast or as slow as you want. They're really sophisticated systems that have been set up for us. So it's like a plug in and go, right? It's like a turnkey business. You literally hop in, put the key in, turn it, and off you go. The thing I also love is automation. Now, I was like, what is automation? I heard this buzzword spread around, and I didn't know anything about automation. But basically, it is having the systems that are set up so that while you're sleeping, somebody can land onto your social media or your platform or whatever you've got set up, and we help you set that up. And they can be watching some information just like this video that we've recorded tonight. And then by the time you wake up, you find out that they've been watching something and they've booked a call to find out some more information. So this is literally like making money while you sleep. And the thing that was music to my ears was that sales calls can be done for you. I've always had to do all of the sales calls myself. So when I heard this, I was like, oh, yes, okay, great. Because not everybody likes sales. But I will say that you probably learn to love sales, because sales is really being of service. And we all sell every single day. If you were to tell me your favorite coffee shop, you would be so passionate about telling me about the barista and what he writes on the cup. And, you've basically sold that coffee shop experience to me. So we've got all the strategies in there, and I just think it's a really great system to have. And this was a big piece that was missing for me previously. So we're very proud of the hub and the education that's available. And you don't need any previous experience. You can literally tap in, watch the videos, take the instruction, put it into place. So I just want to share a couple of success stories here. This is the first one, and this is Jade. Jade's a gorgeous, gorgeous girl. And she came from an ex-corporate background. So she was a fashion buyer. She had no prior business experience. And she started with a very small following, because some people go, oh, don't I have to have a huge following? I'm not on social media and that sort of thing. She only had 50 followers on a very brand new Instagram account. And she's grown that. As you can see, it's still not massive. It's just over 1,500 now. But she was very coachable, and she followed the education from the hub and she put it into place. So she really leaned into her mentor and her sponsor that helped her and guided her. She was very coachable. She just basically followed the education, and she has a very, very successful business. She had a 100K business in her first 12 months. I also want to share about Steph. Steph is a farmer's wife. She was an ex-teacher, and so she used to travel, over 150 kilometers a day to teach there and back from the remote area that she lived. So she really wanted to be home with her family and be a lot more present with her family. And the big thing was that she came to make some money, because she gave up teaching and she thought, well, I need to make some money. She came for the money, and she now has such a beautiful community around her, like-minded women. She attracts all of the rural women into her. She's earning abundantly, contributing to the farm, because farm income, as we know, can be up and down, and, crops can be not so good one year and great the next. But she also didn't have a very big following. She started with about 120 followers, and she's now grown that to over 21,000 followers. And she's used the strategies that we teach. So she's an awesome chick. And then I want to also talk about Jimmy James. And I'm highlighting Jimmy because there are a lot more men coming into this collective now and into the digital space. And I really want to talk about Jimmy. He's such a great guy. So this is him with his family. He started off supporting his wife, Danielle, similar to Bronson, came in and supported his wife, Alice. And then he saw the potential and thought, you know what, this is a no-brainer. So he left his corporate gig, which he was chained to the desk, and he's now working alongside Danielle. They're growing their business together. They have so much fun. These guys are hilarious with the way they show up online, and literally the more fun they have, the more money that they're making. So yeah, he gets to travel regularly now with his family back to his homeland in America. But he's always open to doing the inner work as well, and being the best version of himself. And I think that's really the key here, because it does take a lot of personal reflection, I think, on yourself. And the more that you can work on yourself, business just booms here. So we would like to know if this has felt really aligned for you. If you've still here watching, good on you. And if this has pricked up, a thought in you going, okay, maybe this could be for me, then we'd love to share what the next step is. And it's really simple. It's just to reach back out to myself or to Bronson or whoever has shared this with you. Could be somebody other than us. And we'd love you to book in your free clarity call. And this is an opportunity for you to jump on the phone, and you're going to have questions. If you don't have any questions, I'm surprised. I had a ton. I don't know about you, Bronson, but I had a ton of questions.
Yep.
And I had them written down on a piece of paper, and I asked them and I got the answers. And now that I had all of the answers, I was really empowered to be like, you know what? Yes, yes. So this is where we want to get you to. If it's no, we fully respect that. Thank you for your time. But if it's like, I'm thinking, you know what? Get those questions answered, and we want to bring you to that full body yes. So yeah, I really hope that what we've shared with you tonight has landed. If it has, reach back out to us, because I'm going to leave you with this quote, because do you know what? Where you are a year from now is a reflection of the choices that you choose to make right now, right here, today, tonight, reaching back out to us. And you just never know what could come of this, because I was thinking about this today, and if I hadn't have stepped in and said yes, it felt scary, and I had all of these reasons why I shouldn't, but they were also the exact reasons why I should. And I'm so glad now, a couple of years down the track, that I did say yes, because the impact that it's had on my health, my family, my husband, but not just on our health. Obviously, the bank balance is looking a lot healthier as well. But the journey that we've been on personally, I cannot never underestimate it. And I didn't come for that. And if I could try to tell you how incredible this is going to be, it's just going to be 100 times better than you might think it might be good. I just wish I could put it into words better than I'm trying right now. But it is, if you don't do something to change your current situation, it's still going to be like that next month, next year, 2 years, 5 years. Nothing will change if you don't change it. So this is our invitation to lean right in and be open to the possibility of changing that. So Bronson, did you want to leave with anything else?
No, I think you summed it up there, Sally Ann. I suppose there was one question that was put to me when I first looked at this, and it was, if you keep doing what you're doing for the next 5 years, are you going to be completely free? Are you going to be financially free? Are you going to be, looking after yourself physically like you would want to be? You're going to have the body that you want? Are you going to have the health that you want? Are you going to be spending the quality time with your family and friends like you want to? Are you going to be traveling the world like you might want to? Like, in 5 years, if you keep doing what you're doing right now, are you going to get all that? So that is the question. And when I answered that for myself, it was like, no, if I keep doing what I'm doing, this traditional job or this traditional business, no, I will not be free in 5 years. When I looked at this, the potential is there to be free within 3 to 5, 7 years if you put the effort in.
Absolutely. And, we're staring down the barrel at the end of 2024. Like, how crazy is that? And time flies. We all know how quickly time is our most precious commodity. So why not tap into something that can give you more of that back? And yeah, we're really excited. Thank you so much, Bronson, for joining me tonight. My heart is so full. And thank you. If you would like to reach back out to us, our message inboxes are open, and we're here for a conversation. So book in that clarity call. It's our gift to you. And yeah, you never know. This could be the total changing factor, and things could change forever. Thanks again for your time.
Thank you. Good night.